Hey, it's time for another video, and today I'm going to discuss utilitarianism, and I'm going to talk about where it falls short and where people are misguided, um, and on the right way to make judgments about what is the right thing to do. So, um, there's this idea in utilitarianism that some people have that you somehow need to value each individual life the same, and that to me is ridiculous. Whether or not that's actually a part of official utilitarianism, maybe. I don't know the actual definitions. I'm kind of a guy who just talks about ideas, and maybe I don't always use the right term in the right place. And if you think I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments. But to me, the life of an innocent has more value than the life of a mass murderer. Um, that's just me. So, um, you know, the happiness of a good person has more value to me than the happiness of a real shitty person. Um, that's just me, you know. So, with once that is established, we can say that the right action is the action that's going to create the most value. Um, and so, each individual has to decide for themselves what things have the most value to them. So, this person's happiness, this person's happiness, this person's happiness, etc. Um, they got to figure out what's important. And once they figure that out, they can decide what actions they can take care of that which is most important to them, um, that which has the most value. And so the big question that people ask in moral philosophy um, is whether it's ever okay to um, hurt an innocent person for the greater good. Um, and, my belief is that yes, there are times that a greater good can be served um, by hurting people uh, who don't deserve to suffer, um, but who by suffering can help bring about a greater good for this planet, um, perhaps ultimately even for them. Um, so, you know, um, I do believe that sacrifice is a real concept that has real value and real meaning and a real place in this universe. In the classical sense, sacrifice was talked about in terms of when a meal is taken and an animal is slaughtered, sacrificing that animal, sometimes parts of that animal at least, to the. Yeah, I've been reading the Iliad, stories from the Iliad, actually. A classic version of this that my grandfather won as a school prize almost 100 years ago. That's in my possession. And this is a classic um, by Homer, uh, probably more famous for the Odyssey of Odysseus, but the Iliad is a story of anger. It is a story of uh, rage. And in this story, there's a sacrifice that takes place of an animal, and there's a sacrifice, the animal sacrifices its life for people, and but also there's a sacrifice given to the gods, or maybe it was just to Zeus, where part of that animal's flesh was burned, so that it could be given to the god or the gods. And I sacrificed a friend of my. I had a friend who I felt like I had this connection with